What's good, people? Today you're gonna learn about how you can skyrocket your holiday conversions in your e-commerce brands through email, SMS, and mobile push marketing. My name is Josh Chin. I'm the co-founder and CEO at Kronos Agency. We are a lifecycle marketing agency dedicated to helping e-commerce brands worldwide scale profits with email, SMS, and mobile push marketing. To date, we've helped over 300 e-commerce brands from all around the world in different industries scale profits through email, SMS, and mobile push. We generate about 15 million in monthly trackable revenue through these channels, and 20 to 30% of our clients' total revenue is attributed to the work that we do on average. Now, we're also a partner in Klaviyo, Tapcart, and Postscript, and all these tech partners that make email, SMS, and mobile push incredibly successful. That is all just to say that we have a ton of data, we have a ton of insights, and everything I'm about to share with you guys today in scaling D2C e-commerce brands is going to be from first-hand experience and insights that we've gathered across the years. Now, a holiday month, especially Q4 of this year, is going to be incredible. You guys, you have to absolutely pay attention. For an average month, if you're generating about 40 to 50% of your total revenue from emails, you're going to be seeing something like what you see above over here. And on the bottom is during BFCM. In 2020, last year, this brand made about 930 grand in total from in revenue in the entire month, and about 50% of which came through Klaviyo, which is the email marketing platform of our choice, and about 15% is automated, 35% of which are driven from existing customers through campaigns that we ran. So you absolutely have to pay attention. But before that, I'm sure all of you must have been updated about what's happening in the iOS Apple world. Let's talk about iOS 15. If you guys don't know what's happening with iOS 15 and the impact that it has on email, let's dive into it. Number one, iOS 15 allows for users of Apple Mail to hide their open email behavior, which means that as marketers, we're no longer able to track whether someone has opened an email or not. And number two, it allows people to hide their city level address, which makes location tracking that much harder if you're creating campaigns that are targeted at specific locations. It also obscures click-through activity through proxy email addresses. If you've selected hide my email whenever you download an app or sign up for something, if you're an iPhone or Apple user, you're a part of this. So what this means for e-commerce brands and email marketing is you're going to be seeing stats like this, right? Because open emails are not being tracked anymore, it's routed through a proxy where the emails are opened before being delivered into the service of your customer's Apple Mail app. You're going to see bloated revenues on Klaviyo and your email software if your attribution is still reliant upon opens and clicks. And A/B testing for open rates and send times are going to be meaningless right now because every campaign that you send is going to have tremendous open rates that's going to give you basically insane results that doesn't make any sense. So what you got to do is, number one, identify the percentage of Apple users from your active subscribers. Does Apple Mail account for over 50% of your unique opens? If yes, switch over the click-based attribution on your email software. Klaviyo allows you to do that very easily. If not, continue to monitor your open rates. And if you're seeing stats that look like this or something similar, you're in trouble. Okay, so Apple users, this is the segment that we would be creating for our clients, right? If someone has opened an email at least once over all time, or at least within the last 30, 60 days, where the client name equals to Apple Mail or Mobile Safari, and they're not suppressed, we would isolate this segment. And if it accounts for over 50% of your total subscriber base and your people who are engaged and opening your emails, definitely make some switch. All right. Number 2, communicate with your Apple subscribers, people who are using Apple. Tell them about the update. Ask if they're still willing to hear from you. And if they are, get them to click on the email to indicate that there's still interest. And invite them to join an alternative list like SMS or download your brand's app, which we'll dive a little bit deeper into in the coming slides. Lastly, purge your list. At this stage, you gotta clean out all your unsubscribed and bounced subscribers to make sure that deliverability stays healthy and you're not affected by this issue. Create a sunset flow for people who have who have received a certain number of emails but have not opened or clicked at all. Make sure that you're targeting these groups of people to make sure that you're only having your most engaged subscribers and people who actually want to hear from you being on your list. This is a very, very simple email that you can create. Just swipe this copy. Make sure that you're targeting people who have received at least 10 emails over the past 60 days or 90 days, but have not clicked on any single one, have not opened any single one. And if they don't respond to this text-based email, which often would have a much more effective response rate, if they don't respond, they don't open, they don't click, get them out of your list, suppress them, retarget them on Facebook, use the list for retargeting elsewhere. Re-engage subscribers that you haven't emailed in a while. Look at active subscribers, keep them engaged and interested as you nurture them for the upcoming holiday sales. Turn off smart sending if you're using Klaviyo. For all flows, smart sending basically is tracked by opens, and what it does if you're not in the Klaviyo ecosystem is that it allows you to only send certain automations and campaigns if the recipient has not received an email in the past preset allocated time, like 16 hours is the default. That's not going to work out anymore. Now, last but not least, complete your A/B testing in October. No more testing, no more A/B split tests in email for November. Utilize all the best practices that you've learned and concluded from your previous split tests, and make sure that you're combining all those insights and learnings into your best possible email. So segmentations are going to be huge. It's going to be incredibly important. First-party data, which is information that you collect from your users and subscribers when they interact with your emails and your website and your assets. And zero-party data, which is information that you collect directly from the responses of your subscribers when they fill out a survey or when they fill out a form. These two types of data is going to be incredibly, incredibly important. This is the best time to expand your reach with your marketing channels. Your subscribers who are engaged, who have received content that relates to them, that are relevant, are going to be way more inclined to be a part of your holiday season and your sales. And they could also be shopping for a gift at this point in time. So 4 key pillars for segmentations. Customer behavior is a great way to identify certain groups of customers and prospects. Engagement is number 2. Interest and preference based on first-party and zero-party data. And last but not least, threshold qualification. We'll go through all of this, so not to worry. Behavior-based segmentation allows you to identify people who have placed an order at least once in the last 365 days or over all time. So these are past customers, right? So past customers are going to be your most valuable. These segments, great for retargeting, great for upsells, and also great to send surveys to ask them why did they buy, what stopped them from buying, and what was about to prevent them from making a purchase. These questions are going to give you incredible insights, not just for your email program, but also for your e-commerce brand as a whole. And that's going to help you improve your website, improve conversion rates overall. Place order during the previous holiday season. This is one of my favorite segments to create because it allows you to identify people who respond well to holiday sales. And if you want to take this a notch further, you could identify people who are only ordering, only making purchases during holiday seasons and not any other time of the year. That's gonna give you an idea around who responds only to holiday sales and only buys during Black Friday and holiday sales and never again during the entire year. And that's gonna give you an opportunity to isolate people who are bargain shoppers potentially, or people who are holiday shoppers, and give them a unique offer that relates to them. Same thing over here. We'll look at people who have placed order as a result of email campaigns that we sent out in the prior year. We would just select on attributed messages over here, and those that have bought as a result to emails that we've sent during the period is going to be a very similar approach to the previous segmentation. Next, window shoppers and cart abandoners. These are prospects, okay? Prospects who have not placed an order in the last 90 days, as you can see over here. They've been active on site at least once in the last 90 days, started a checkout process at least once in the last 90 days, but have not placed a single order in the last 90 days. This is going to give you a warm list of prospects they can retarget, whether it be through email campaigns, and or through other channels like Facebook and Instagram. Engagement-based segmentation. Once again, prospects who are non-buyers but have recently engaged in your emails. They've either opened, clicked, or opened an SMS or push notification at least once in the past 30 days. These are people that you want to retarget really closely and identify to create a much higher conversion rate. And recently engaged subscribers. This is a kind of people who have opened your emails recently is really just a good sign that they're interested in your products and services. And depending on the list size, you can even target subscribers that's engaged up to 180 days before, and depending on the frequency of your sends. And engaging with a specific holiday campaign last year, if they have been actively engaged in your marketing campaigns last year, it's probably a good idea that you can retarget people with a similar messaging this year. First party data from subscribers. Now, this is one of the most important segments that you can be creating come 2021 and 2022 and beyond. As we move into a post-cookie world, first party data and zero party data, stuff that people tell you what they want, is going to be incredibly, incredibly important. So when we look at a segment like this, it's going to make sense in a bit, right? This is a integration with a software known as Typeform. It is a survey application, a survey software that we integrate onto the website, and we feed that data back into Klaviyo, our email marketing software, and that gives us basically segments of people who responded to specific in specific ways, which gives us an idea around what problems they're facing, what their interests are, and all that stuff. So for this brand, we're looking at a skincare line. With a skin quiz, that's going to give you all kinds of responses, and it's going to give you the opportunity to create content, offers, and promotions that are very, very tailored and personalized to specific segments of people. So these are great ideas and great examples that you can kind of latch on to. And quiz-based automations, incredibly powerful. And the best part is, because it's an automation, you can set it up one time and forget about it and come back to it maybe a couple months later to optimize on its conversions. AOV-based segmentation, when we talk about threshold qualification, you want to be identifying your best customers, right? The highest spenders, people who are who do not hesitate in pulling out their credit cards to make a purchase. The best way to do that is to look at what their typical AOV is like. And by doing that, it gives you the opportunity to segment and split your automations and offers, especially discounts, into two categories. for people who have high AOV carts, you can remove the minimum purchase barrier that is necessary to activate a discount code. And for those with a low AOV cart, you may want to increase that AOV a little bit by setting your minimum purchase at a certain barrier, right? So exactly the same email template, same email design. The only thing that changes is the offer. All right, now that we're moving past segmentations, here comes the really, really interesting stuff. With SMS and app push on your mobile app, this is gonna fortify your back-end marketing profit generation machine to another level. The difference between email, SMS, and push marketing, mobile push notifications, is that email allows you to communicate your brand message through a whole slew of content types. It is a newsletter type content piece that you can have a ton of information on that you just cannot accomplish with SMS or a push notification on your mobile phone. It allows you to keep your brand top of mind. It allows you to get very creative with the offers that you can put in an email, as well as the content that goes into it. It's very low cost relative to SMS, and it has an incredibly high impact, as you've seen, right? 49-50% of total revenue being driven with email alone, and automations work while you sleep. With SMS, it allows you to increase the number of touch points for conversions, and it's best when used as a retargeting strategy integrated with email. One of the best ways to deliver your offer is through SMS because it's going to be super high intention. You have open rates that are over 90%, and people are opening SMSs all the time. It's way more personalized. It's way more intimate as well. Rule of thumb here is to be a little bit more straightforward and emphasize on the CTA. Keep it short and sweet. One of the email and SMS campaigns that we did for this brand that we work with, Truly Beauty, on their free shipping day is to have SMS as a retargeting message to those who have not opened or who have not taken up that offer on SMS. We also added an email banner on the footer of the email to get non-SMS subscribers to join the list at the bottom over here. One of the most incredible things about Klaviyo is that it allows you to do things like creating dynamic blocks. All right, so a dynamic block is a block of content that only appears if the recipient fulfills a certain criteria. In this case, this block would only appear if the subscriber is not already an SMS subscriber. So repeat that again. So we set it up in a way such that if the recipient is not on our SMS list, they will see this banner. And if they're already on the SMS list, this banner would disappear automatically. So pretty cool stuff. Next, with app push, this is incredibly powerful. When you have a mobile first commerce experience on a native mobile app, the ability to push content and information to your most loyal customers and even your prospects is way, way more effective than any other channel combined. Now, there are a couple of pluses and minuses, so I'll dive into them one at a time. This allows you to increase retention, brand loyalty to a different level because there's nowhere else, no ads, no nothing except for the content they have on the mobile app. It's best paired with a loyalty program of some kind, and I would always recommend that you integrate this with an email and SMS strategy for maximum outcome. There are no restrictions on when and how you want to send push notifications as long as you've been given consent. All right, so no restrictions at all. And like SMS, where there are hours where you shouldn't be sending messages on, there are also restrictions around how you market and how you position SMSs. because there are huge fines that comes with not having that compliant. Same with email, you have very low deliverability. You still have to pay either per email or per month and per SMS. But for push, you have absolutely no restriction, and it's free. So one of the best ideas here that I can give you guys is to create app exclusive offers. We use a tool called TapCart, which makes it very easy for Shopify stores to create their native mobile app, basically a drag and drop builder. Deploy an app in basically 2 weeks instead of 2 months. We love TapCart. It's one of the most high impact tools that we have gotten the privilege to come across for our clients. To generate more app downloads, I would recommend creating app exclusive offers and targeting your customers and prospects from your existing email and SMS list. So we've established why an app is incredibly powerful. We've also established why you got to use email and SMS and app push together and not in isolation. Now, all you got to do is start building out and that app downloads and the people who are on your app. So this is an example of a campaign that we pushed to the customers and prospects of Rossi Nails. Very simple email, get people to download on the app or on Google Play, and it's basically a one-tap link. So breaking down the trio here between email, SMS, and push, when do you use what channel? First, start by growing your email and SMS list. That's number one. That's top priority. And start building out automated emails and SMS flows. Now, it's really starting from low-hanging fruits and what's going to be most impactful, and then moving on to the next thing. Third, integrating email and SMS campaigns, making sure that they're speaking to one another, that they're dynamically populating and retargeting one another's campaigns. If someone hasn't opened an email, retarget them with an SMS and vice versa. Fourth, drive app downloads through email and SMS. And fifth, integrate your email, SMS, and app push campaigns for maximum results. So when you're creating a plan, which I'll show you what that looks like in a bit, you want to take into account email, SMS, and app push together. And lastly, measure your performance and determine if the different channels are best suited to specific segments of audience. So it's all coming together now. You have segmentation strategies that I've just shared with you guys. Now you have the trio, the triopoly of owned marketing that's going to be generating profits and revenue while you sleep. Now all you got to do is put them together into a plan. This is just a very, very simple look at what a very simplified plan can look like when you are launching a sales event or product launch. For people on the app already, typically we'll give them first in line access, kind of a heads up, a preview to what's coming up, whether that be a product launch or a sales launch, which is also an incentive for people to come on to the app. And retargeting them with SMSs as well. Here's part 2. And that wraps it up. Now, if you like if you like a deeper blueprint, there's so much that we could be sharing here, and I can talk about this all day long when it comes to BFCM and Q4. But unfortunately, we have limitations in terms of time and what I could be sharing with you over a short presentation like this. But if you're interested in learning more, download this. It's free. There is no catch. It's basically a lot more information, a couple more templates and strategies in what you can do to work around the iOS 14.5 and 15 updates with our BFCM blueprint. And yeah, just a quick offer to everyone. If you're interested in skyrocketing your business with 20 or 30% more profits, and you're wondering how this could apply to your business, and you like to figure out how to structure the entire the triopoly of owned marketing into your e-commerce brands, here's the simple offer. Sign up for a free audit and strategy session. We'll break down what works best for you. We'll look at your your Klaviyo account if you have one, your email and SMS tool, and we'll talk about what fits your business the best. Again, free of charge, no catch. You don't have to be working with us to have this. And my goal is, if we get to grow your business, hopefully you choose to work with us for long term. And that's it. Connect with me on social media. I'm Joshua Chen once again, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Kronos Agency. Thank you for listening in, and all the best this Q4. All the best. Crush it this holiday season. Cheers.